Hi guys, this is Audra at rankindragon channel, and I just wanted to show you that here at our house we have some new growth, both inside and outside. This is our cactus bowl that we did in one of my videos. If you haven't seen that yet, please check it out. Also, I wanted to show you the ears on our, what we called like a hidden Mickey, on our little Altunia cactus that we planted. And a little bitty, actually didn't have anything on its ears, and then now it has bumps on his ears. So he's gotten a lot bigger, and he has new growth right there. And then in here, where we put the little cactus seed, we have a baby cactus. If you pull in here, they're so cute. Just two little leaves. It doesn't, see if I can pull back a little bit. There, you can see it right there. It has two little leaves, and then it has no spines on it yet. Nothing yet to show that it is a cactus, but that's what the cactus starts out as a baby. Okay, here is our coleus that we planted inside the hydroponic unit that I made, where we didn't use rock wool in here. We just used any type of cellulose sponge. It does work. The sponge may break down over time, so I would say if you were really going to do it, you might want to, long term, you might want to go with like a rock wool or some type of thing that is actually made for hydroponics. But you can see like the sponge has, I think it's broken down a little bit. Like it's still, I don't even know where to see it. I just pulled a little leaf off my coleus though. But it is still in there. It's still holding the plants, and of course you have your rock, so it should be fine. Like you can do it long term, I would think. But if you do have access to it, you know, that is an option. But the cellulose sponge, it does work. I think the roots would probably grow down better through like a rock wool or something. It wouldn't degrade as fast if you used a regular rock wool or something for like a large plant, like a large vegetable plant or something. But it is possible with flowers. This was done seriously with nothing but a cellulose sponge, and it will last long enough at least for you to get your flower germinated and up. And once it's up, the rocks do hold it, so it is possible to do it that way. Okay, so here we are outside my front door, and I have just a few plants that I put out this year. I've got some pansies that are really pretty. They were just like $1.25 a pack, and I just took a 6-pack and put them together in a pot, and they turned out really cute. And then I've got down here my Schefflera that I bought that is not cat friendly. Cats eat that, and it's very dangerous, and I bought it and wasn't supposed to, so I had a hard time keeping away from the cats, so I put it outside and put it here for now, and it'll probably be a Mother's Day present for my in-laws, or I'll give it away somewhere for someone who doesn't have cats. These are my hens and chickens, and I bought a little container here at Walmart. It was only $4 or $5, and I had a hard time finding these. I've got these little whirligigs everywhere. I apologize for these. These are all over. But I had a hard time finding these in years past, and I found some, and they're going crazy. They were loaded with babies, and it's just all over. I love them. My grandmother had them, and I had wanted some for years. They were no longer in her yard, and I found some, and it looks like I'm going to have plenty for other planters later. And then, if you come around here, I have a petunia. If I can move. If you come around here, I have a petunia and my little, this is my little wiener dog that I found. And it looks just like my little dog that I have named Chance. And I found that this year, and it was really cheap. It was, it had been like $35. It's solid concrete painted, and they were on sale for like 40% off. So I got it very, very, very cheap and already painted. I didn't have to do a thing with them, and he looks exactly like my Chiweenie. So I took a little petunia, put it there. Over here I have some really pretty geraniums on my bench, and they're a pretty color. They're not pink. I guess they are kind of pink. They're not red. They're not like a purple pink. They're just a salmony pink, and they're so pretty, and a very healthy looking basket full of those. I had picked those up at Lowe's. And these little guys here are, the ones in the cowboy boots are adorable. They're some little house leeks, or kind of like the hens and chickens, and they came that way. They're a little kid's pair of cowboy boots. I felt guilty for buying them. They were for sale for $10, boots and all, with the little plants already in them. And you know, the boots are brand new. I feel guilty for having these boots because I don't know, I just do. I feel guilty, like some little kid needs to be wearing these boots. But she said that they were her cousins, and she no longer, they were her cousins, and she no longer needed them. So they just potted them up, and they had a bunch of boots that they used for that, for $10 for the pairs. Here I have, this is hard to see, but it's this here by this door. I got that yesterday for Easter Sunday. My in-laws had this. It's some kind of cactus. It looks like my Uptunia cactus inside, but it's some kind of cactus. They got it from Florida. They had 40 acres in Florida at one time, and they got it there, and it's just like a prickly pear cactus, and they gave me a start. The pot has seen better days, but I'm going to paint it, and I think it'll be great. Okay, over here I have a little cedar planter that was my grandmother's. She died around 2003 or 2004. Can't remember the exact year, but she died, and she had won this little cedar planter in a raffle. And so I was able to get that. My grandfather gave that to me. And then I believe my in-laws gave me the Mickey planter years ago. And then I was able to put the purple petunia in a pot that I already had and just put it in this corner. But I'm glad this little cedar thing has lasted all the time, because it was my grandmother's. I probably need to seal it. It is getting weathered right now, and it's getting weathered, and I'm going to end up losing it if I don't. Okay, well, I'm going to take you out to the other parts of the yard in the front and show you what I've got. I got a couple new plants out there. Okay guys, this is my hosta, and it is huge. It is around my light post. It's just totally humongous. I had the neighbor across the street come over one day, and I said, you know, you can have a start of this hosta. He got it from like this back side, and you can't even tell that he took any out. And I told him, I said, come get some more. Even if I'm not here, come get some, because this is like a humongous clump of hosta. And I already have some other places in the yard, or I would, you know, move it myself, but I guess I will. But it's just huge. When it was coming up, my daughter said, is that cabbage? And I said, no, that's my hosta. And she said, oh, you have some really nice pasta. So yeah, we do have some really nice pasta right here growing, and it is hosta, but it is humongous, and it is giant, and it's been there. Let's see, we lived here like 18 years. It's been there the whole time, and it's been divided a couple times since. Okay, this bed I've been working on. I have to get some mulch for it, and I got most of the weeds out of it with my handy dandy, it's called a hula hoe or an action hoe, but I didn't realize that they do need to be sharpened when you get them. So I did like half of this bed. I didn't get over here with this grass, but did half the bed before I realized that you really needed to sharpen it. And I don't really have a sharpener. I'm going to have to devise a way for my husband to help me sharpen that, but I ended up getting half of it out. We're going to put some mulch on it. These are what's sedum, and it's called a frog belly. And the reason it's called a frog belly is you pull a leaf off, you cut it off at the back, and you can kind of squish the leaves down and blow into it, and it just kind of makes a frog's belly kind of blow up from the leaf. But they're really pretty. And then this is my azalea. It's beautiful. I love this one. I thought I had a pink one at one time, but I think the pink one might have been in the backyard, and it had died. But this one here is a nice, beautiful white azalea. I love that one. This here is a whiskey barrel. We just replaced this whiskey barrel a couple years ago because the other one we had had for like the 18 years finally rotted pretty much to where it wasn't usable. These are snapdragons. My husband had planted these last year, and I got the yellow ones and the pink ones, and they wintered over this year from just the mild winter that we had. They just wintered right over, and I was able to put some pink, hot pink impatiens in there with them. So I put some hot pink impatiens in there, and I'm waiting for those to grow up. Those weren't ones that I did from seed. I do have some inside that I'm trying to grow from seed. They haven't germinated yet. They're like a lighter pastel peachy color, so I'm not sure if those are going to go. If those don't, I will try again, and if not, I will go get another pack, because I think these are just under $1 for this pack of 6 to fill in a little more later on. But that's why these are so much bigger than the impatiens, because they wintered over from last year, and all that side's to bud out yet. Got more of those crazy hostas back there, a little bit over here, and this bed here needs something else. I've got some lily of the valleys I'm going to plant, I think, in here. Try to get a few more flowers. Right now we haven't concentrated on flowers because my daughter had been ill with neurological issues since the time she was 3 years old, and they have gotten a lot better, and we're at a point where we're not, constantly driving to, a children's hospital or something for her all summer long, so we were able to actually kind of focus on some plants. Okay, let me walk out here, and I have my Easter flowers, which I have a row of them here, and they are actually gone. They're bloomed out already. They bloom very, very early, and then they're gone. That's the type that I have. It's a little white flower with a little tiny yellow center. So I think there are other kinds that bloom, different farther on in the summer. And this here is a little evergreen tree. It's not the one that I had on my video around Christmas time. That one I had actually watered, had that all alive and everything and ready to come outside. My husband brought it outside, and I thought, a miscommunication, I thought he was going to water it instead of me to water it, but he didn't water it and it died. So unfortunately, that was the cutest little tree. So he was able to find one of these at Lowe's, I think for $7, which is pretty good for an evergreen, and I'm keeping an eye on it. It looks a little dry right now. I'm going to water it for him, keep an eye on that, make sure that it does okay. And then the one neighbor that I had given the hosta to, I had always told him that I wanted a banana tree, and the ones that I had gotten inside didn't make it. He actually had a banana tree in his yard, and it had like 13 babies. And he said, I have a winter hardy banana that you can sit out here year round. This is Indiana Zone 6B. And he said you could leave it out year round. All he does is once it grows in the fall, he cuts it down to about as tall as it is now. And I don't even think he mulches it, but I'm going to put a little mulch around it. And his come back every year and multiply, apparently, because he had this one to give me. So he brought this over for me, and I'm so excited. It's a winter hardy banana. I'm not sure what type it is, but he does say you do not get fruit that you can eat. So that narrows it down a little bit to a couple types that I think it might be. I'm really excited. That was a nice thing to do. So you give and you shall receive, I guess. So I guess that's the end of my tour that I have out front. I do have some stuff I'm working on in the back, and hopefully soon I can get back there and show you some things in the back. But anyway, thanks a lot for stopping in. Bye guys.